Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing good today. And today I'm going to be speaking about Eze. I also am going to be addressing I have seen, just recently Zinchenko's obviously said a few things, so I thought we could see what he said. I've not seen everything he said, but yeah, I think he's bringing an autobiography out and he said a few things, so I thought we could look at that as well. Obviously, big up to everyone that's here today. I know this is an earlier stream. I will be back tonight at 7 with Sunshine to do a match preview for the game coming up this weekend, which of course I'm very, very excited for. So yeah, big up to those that will be watching my show today. I really appreciate anyone that is here watching. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video today. As I said, I thought we could see if there's any more news about Eze to Arsenal. I have seen a few bits anyway, but yeah, obviously to those that are new here, please obviously don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you're liking this video to everyone, and yeah, I hope you enjoy my video. So I will wait a minute or two as I'm going to share my screen and we can have a look on Twitter as well to see what has been said about Eze. But yeah, obviously guys, big up to those that are here. Obviously make sure you're liking and subscribing as well, and hope you all enjoy my video today. Big up to Josh, big up yourself, good to see you in the chat. I hope you're good as well. Big up to all of you guys here. So yeah, obviously with Eze, I'm hoping to hear someone about that. I'll share my screen, guys, because obviously I always say to you guys, I never know what is true, what can you trust, what is reliable these days. So let me just share my screen and we can have a look. But if you guys have got any questions, do send them through. Please do send them through. I'm gonna go through them as well. And like I said, guys, I'll be back tonight at 7 o'clock as I'm going to be doing a match preview with Sunshine. So yeah, feel free to join us later then as well. Big up, hold on, before I share my screen, I just wanted to say big up to the chat, big up to yourself, big up to Amin. I'm back. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see all of you guys that are here today. Like I said, feel free to send in any questions you guys have for me as well. I'm just going to share my screen quickly, guys, and see what the latest on Eze is at the moment, which is obviously quite exciting. The situation is going to be really interesting, so let's have a look. Hold on. Yeah, I'll just share my screen. I'll answer questions in a minute, guys. Give me a minute. I'm just going to do it this way for some reason. So yeah, let me just share my screen. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah, there's a bit of news, not much really, but I thought we could have a chat about it anyway. So let's have a look. Okay. Oh, guys, bear with me. I need to just put my laptop on charge. Give me a sec, guys. Bear with me, guys. I'm back in 2 minutes, guys. Stay with me, and I'll be back to answer any questions in 2 secs. Apologies about that, guys. My laptop was uncharged, but I'm back. I'm going to answer some questions and then I'll go back to share my screen. I know there's a few of you in here, so I just want to read your questions. Big up yourself. Good to see you in the chat. Big up Josh. Before Eze talk, did you see the latest Grand Prix season? I didn't see Leah. Yeah, Leah and Kim. I've read they've got an injury. It's not like, I don't think it's a serious injury, but yeah, they're both injured, which isn't ideal, but yeah, that's why they haven't travelled, if you want to know, by the way. Big up to Aldi, good to see you in the chat. I'm good, thank you. Hope you're good too. Tottenham and Newcastle are asking for Eze. Yeah, I think Eze is a great player and there's going to be a lot of interest about him because he's so good. So we just have to try and get him and just be quick about it. Yeah, if you got Twitter, have a look. I didn't read in depth about it, but I have heard that Leah has a knee injury and Kim has. I think Kim's isn't that serious, but I don't think any of their injuries are serious. But I do think it's not ideal for us, really, is it? But yeah, that's why they haven't travelled. I think everyone else has travelled, so I presume everyone else will be okay. But yeah, that wasn't great to hear that. When I saw that news, I was like, damn, that's not ideal. Yeah, that's why they haven't travelled. So hopefully it's nothing too serious with the women's side. I'll just quickly share my screen again, guys. So yeah, as I was saying, there's some news about Eze here. So obviously it depends how reliable these sources are, but I do want to share it with you anyway. This was actually posted today, half an hour ago. Eze's priority is to join Arsenal. Arsenal are simply waiting for Crystal Palace to approve their financial structure. It's just a matter of patience now. Both clubs want to get it done quickly. I hope that's true, and I hope he wants to come to Arsenal. Eze and his agent are pushing hard for Arsenal move. Play 100% set on Arsenal, but Gunners are stalling as they prioritise outgoings first. Eze is willing to wait for the dream transfer. So it does seem as though he does want to come to Arsenal. Let's have a read here. Things are clear regarding the Eze deal, as I exclusively revealed there is already an agreement between the player and the club on the transfer fee. Tottenham also active on the case, but the player's priority is to join Arsenal. So it does very much seem like he wants to join Arsenal. So obviously Trossard is among the players who could leave Arsenal, which is not a surprise. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. I'll come back now and chat with you guys. But yeah, that is the latest on that. I mean, it's not a surprise, is it really? I hope he is wanting to come to Arsenal. We've heard a lot of different stuff, haven't we, these past few days about him wanting to go to Spurs, but I think he probably just want to come to Arsenal. I think if he comes to Arsenal, he's more likely to get a trophy. It's more realistic. With Spurs, they're building, it might take a little longer. But obviously, both clubs are interested, but it's going to take us a longer time to get this done because we're waiting to get players out the door. You know, we're going to have to be they're going to be patient with us. It's not going to happen overnight, so it's going to be a bit of a longer process for us. I hope it's not serious. I don't think it's serious with the injuries, to be honest with you. I don't think it's anything to worry about, to be honest. But yeah, it's probably better they rest anyway, especially after having such a busy Euros and playing so much football. On Eze, I'm not sure, as I'm starting to think Arsenal. I do think are interested, but I think it's just the money situation that is like problem at the moment. So yeah, that is the situation, unfortunately. So as I said, it's not ideal at all, but we're gonna have to see what happens. We have to see what we do with Eze, and hopefully we'll bring him to Arsenal. But Spurs are absolutely interested in him, which isn't a surprise to us, is it really? Because you know, he's going to be interested. He's a great player, wants to play in the Champions League, so I'm not surprised Spurs want him, to be honest. But I just hope it doesn't happen because he's a great player. Big up to Victor. I hope you're good. Good seeing the chat. I hope you're keeping well. Big up to chat as well. Good to see all of you here today. As I said, I'm going to be back tonight at 7 to do a preview. So join me then if you want. If you're available, then come and join me then. But yeah, if you've got any questions, do drop them in. I will be going for a few different things today, not just Eze, but Eze is sort of the main topic of conversation. But yeah, big up to chat as well. Big up to everyone that is here. Appreciate you're here. I don't think Arsenal are interested in Eze as he is with us. I think we'll find a way. I think we are interested in Eze. I just don't think we have the money. We want to sell players first. But it does feel like we're not interested because we're not moving very quickly. It feels like we're moving like at a very snail pace. Like it does feel like we're going really slow with this whole situation. So I do feel like I do get it. It does feel very slow. So it does seem like he wants to come to us, like he is favouring us, but it doesn't seem as though much is developing. Obviously Spurs might get there before us, but if he wants to wait for Arsenal, I think we just have to hope he will want to wait for Arsenal and hope that he can come to Arsenal. So hopefully, guys, we'll get that done. And he'll be an Arsenal player soon. So yeah, obviously, guys, it's unfortunately it's going to be a waiting game for that, but all we can do is hope that he will come to Arsenal and we get that deal done ASAP. So yeah, hope all we can do is hope and pray, guys. But yeah, obviously he could still go to Spurs. That isn't off the cards. Like him going to Spurs is still very much could happen. But we just have to hopefully pray and hope he doesn't go there for sure. So hopefully, guys, he will be an Arsenal player, and that'll be amazing for us because we need him. We need a player like him at Arsenal. But yeah, obviously we are going to see some outgoings happen. I think there's going to be quite a few outgoings, if I'm being honest with you guys. I think Trossard's definitely going to be going. So yeah, I think for me, there's a lot can happen, but we are going to have to be very, very patient. We're going to have to do a lot of waiting until players move on. Now, I'm going to actually speak about Zinchenko as well, guys, because he said a few comments which I wasn't aware of, but he's another one. His future, I think he needs to move on as well, to be fair. But he's another one that I will be speaking about in this video today, as there is a little bit to talk about regarding him. So let me just have a look on Twitter. I'm just gonna have a look now with Zinchenko. I did see what he said. I didn't think it was that bad, but let's just see. Obviously, guys, ask me any questions, but also if you want. And I just want to share my screen in a sec because I saw some comments about stuff. Yeah, let me just find it. Obviously, I will answer your questions in the meantime. Arsenal need to spend up player sales if they want to bring in Eze. I think the situation between the Spurs is more favourable. Yeah, it definitely is, no doubt about that. I think it's probably not 50-50. I think Spurs could get there before us, but then if Eze is wanting to wait and if Eze is wanting to wait out, and say if Eze really wants to come to Arsenal, and Arsenal was saying to Crystal Palace, listen, we want Eze, but it's going to take us a bit of time. We need to move on players first to get the money. So I think if that was the case, and Eze thought, I want to come to Arsenal, wait, fair enough. But if he wants to play the Champions League and Spurs get there before us, then I get that too. I get him wanting to play the Champions League. I would like him to wait for us, but he doesn't have all the time in the world. Wherever he goes, he's got to get ready for the new season. So, as much as he can wait, we can't expect him to wait too long. So it's a weird situation for me, and I hope it's one that gets sorted soon and later. I want us to bring him to Arsenal, so hopefully we will, guys. But like I said, I want to have a look at what Zinchenko has said because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, some fans aren't happy. So let me just have a look. I just want to have a look before I chat anymore with you guys. Because people have said stuff apparently. Let me have a look, guys, while I'm chatting with you guys. I just want to find what it is he said. Okay, I found a little bit of what he said, but it's not that deep. I just think he's just saying how he feels, and I respect that. But I do think he'll leave the summer. Big up to Luca. I still think we'll get Eze. This is the Gokras saga. Do you think we'll get Eze? I genuinely have no idea at this point. I think if we see more sales happen, and to be honest with you, the sales need to be getting done. We need to just get these sales, like not just Trossard. I mean, Reece Nelson. You look at other players as well. We need to just get that done. Move these players on ASAP. So yeah, I think we need to see Reece Nelson move on, Vieira Lokonga. So I think we just need to speed up these sales, to be honest with you, and then potentially he'll come. But yeah, it's hard to know right now because, as Aldi said before, I do think Spurs are probably favourites. Okay, I know it's weird saying that, but if we're being honest, with Spurs at the moment, they're moving a lot faster than we are. So I don't feel like we're in the best position at the moment, really, to go for him. So yeah, I don't feel optimistic about it. I think we've got a chance. It depends on what he wants. It depends on what the player wants as well. As they might want to come to Arsenal, you might want to wait, or you might want to go to a team that are in the Champions League. It's so hard to know at the moment. But yeah, obviously with Zinchenko, I will show you what he said. It's nothing like that deep, but I know people have spoken about it a bit today, and I thought we could have a look. He's not really said that much. I'll just read what he said, but yeah, I'll read what he said actually, so I can answer your questions. At this point, I'm hoping that Spurs urgency will move Arsenal to make Eze. I mean, this could push us to get Eze. Don't get me wrong. This could really push us to get the deal done because we do not want to lose Eze to Spurs. Like, you never want to lose Eze or any player to a team, but if we miss out on this and he goes to Spurs, that will feel really horrible. So, yeah, I think there's that element in it as well that you don't want to lose him to Spurs. It would feel horrible if he went to Spurs over us. So yeah, I'm hoping that won't be the case and we can just get this deal done as well. But yeah, I do agree. I think we have to be have more urgency about us. But yeah, definitely agree. So with Zinchenko, I'll just read what he said. I won't share my screen as I want to just chat with you guys today, but let me find it. It's not. I don't think it's anything bad. From what I've read, but yeah, let's see. So obviously, Zinchenko has said he's released. I think he's releasing an autobiography, which I'm not gonna lie, will be quite interesting. He said, let's see what time will bring because I still want to play football. I want to enjoy the game and come back with a smile on my face in the evening. A player who doesn't play is nothing. And to know, I do get he is frustrated that he isn't playing at Arsenal. But ultimately, the reality is he isn't good enough to be in the starting team. He just isn't. And I know it might be hard to accept. It's hard because he was a big part of Arsenal at some point, but the reality is now he doesn't fit in the team and he wouldn't be a starter. So I do get he is frustrated, and it's about him. It's not about it's about how he feels. So that's obviously that situation. Um, he also said that the sense of rejection you feel if your manager no longer believes in you, you can take the stuffing out of you, even if you're the most resilient guy on the planet. So seems to me Zinchenko is sort of struggling with the fact he isn't really a starter or part of the team anymore. I think it must be hard for footballers because the reality is you outgrow players, you outgrow situations, and it must be hard for him. I do get that. And to be honest with you, you could actually play him in midfield and still have him here at Arsenal. Um, I'm not saying we should do that, but I'm saying that could be a possibility. Arteta never really tried that, so I don't think he would try it now. If Arteta's not done it now, he's not going to ever do it. Zinchenko is probably going to leave anyway, so I don't think it's going to happen now. But with Zinchenko, I think with that situation, that yeah, it's just I do get he's frustrated. It must be quite hard for him, to be fair, but the comments on Twitter are crazy. Like people just want him gone. Obviously, I would sell Zinchenko. I think we should move him on. He has said he wants to stay. I mean, I've read that he wants to stay and leave on a free, but obviously we don't want that. We need to move him on. Like, I think we all would rather get. I know it's not a lot of money, but wouldn't you rather get something now than nothing when it comes down to it? So we do have to get as much as we can. Big up to United underscore fan. Big up yourself. Good to see you in the chat. Big up Josh. He could play midfield. Yeah, I think that could be an option, but never understood why Mikel never tried him in midfield. Yeah, I know, I agree with that. It's a weird one. Like at left back, he had good moments. Don't get me wrong. When he came in, he was good. He took Tierney's place. He did a good job. But the reality is, if Arteta's not tried him in midfield, he's not going to ever try him there. So I think that's something we have to just accept. But I think we need to move him on, to be honest, but I don't know if we're going to do that. I don't have much confidence we're going to move him on, guys, but, we're going to have to see. But, yeah, I think we need to get the money. I'd rather get something now than leave it and not get anything at all. So I think we just have to get some money for him while we can. But yeah, I do agree with your comment, Josh. Do you think Martin Odegaard will be replaced next season and maybe replaced with an Eze? I don't think he'll be replaced. I think he'll be a starter. I think it's really difficult with Odegaard because he hasn't had the best season, but over the past years he has been quite a good player for us, and I think he should have his confidence. If he has a bad season, don't get me wrong, if he struggles, I think we should think of other options. I think if someone else can play in that position, but I'm willing to give Martin Odegaard time and see how it goes for him. I think fans have been a little bit harsh. I think he's a good player, but we need to give him a bit more time, to be fair. So yeah, for me, I just think we should see what happens and give him a bit of patience as well. Big up to the chat, big up to everyone that's watching this. I hope you guys are good. I hope you're enjoying my show. Like I said, I'll probably be on here about an hour today. So if you guys do want to ask me anything about Arsenal, more than welcome to do that. Please, guys, make sure you're liking as well and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, big up to you guys. Like I said, I'll be back tonight at 7 o'clock. So, feel free to join me then as well. Big up to the football locker room banter. Good seeing the chat. Hope you're well. Big up to Aldi says, sales will be Andrew Roberta's biggest challenge at Arsenal. I hope Arsenal improves its business system if we want to have a perfect transfer window every season. Yeah, I think the sales, I mean, to be honest with you, I do think there's stuff going on behind the scenes. Obviously, we don't know about that, but yeah, I think, really wrong, we've done really good. We've done good with the players that we brought in. I think we can all agree that they will be good players for us. We know we haven't we shouldn't be finished in our business. We have to still bring players in. But I think with the sales, as you mentioned, it's going to be his biggest challenge because we have, as I've said quite a lot, we've got players that are on big wages, we've got players that have injuries, win out contracts, etc. So for me, you know what, with like Zinchenko, I would definitely cash in on him now. I know it's not a lot. I know this amount of money isn't a lot, but if we're being honest, 10 to 15 is what you're going to get for Zinchenko. And obviously, he said briefly in his autobiography that he's releasing that he wants to play, he wants to have that smile back on his face. Then I feel as though he should go somewhere, play football. And I think Zinchenko could go to a top team. I think Zinchenko could play. I don't know where he would go, but whether that's Turkey, whether that's in Europe, he could still play at a top team. He's still a good player, especially in that midfield. So for me, I just think that we should move Zinchenko on. Obviously, we've heard Trossard will be leaving this summer, so that's another one that we have to move on. So I do think the club are definitely doing stuff behind the scenes, but I do echo what you're saying, Aldi. I think it's going to be quite difficult for Bert. I think it's going to be his biggest challenge because we do want quite a big amount of money for these players, and that's going to be really difficult to get that. So let's hope, of course, we can get a good amount of money for these players because we really need to at this time. Big up to chat, big up to United_fan. Bruno is leaving us next season. I do not want Bruno, thank you. Are you worried that Gokras might not get enough service to score? Yeah, I do worry about that, to be honest with you. That is definitely something that has came in my mind about the service, like the lack of service. You might, because on midfield, there's no guarantee we would do good in the creativity side of it. The creativity side of it, you have to rely on players, I'd say. Odegaard, I think, to be fair to you guys, I do actually think that we have players that can do that. I mean, I think Zubimendi will do really well with that. But yeah, I think that could be a challenge. I do have my worries about that. I will be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I do have my doubts about that side of it. But I guess all I can hope and pray is that we will do better and we will be okay with that side of the game. But yeah, I think you look at creativity. Saka, a lot of the time, will whip across in the box and is quite good at. Saka's quite direct, so I think with Saka, I think he'll do good. But I do think we have a bit of a concern with that. To be fair, I do think that could be a problem. The service we might struggle with. And that's why I do want an Eze also. That's why I think we should bring in an Eze or bring in someone that could really help us with that. So yeah, that's definitely a concern, I would say, for me. But I'm hoping that we can just find a way to get past that. And yeah, it's definitely a problem. But with the wingers, like, I think if it's Madueke on the left and Saka on the right, we might be okay. End product isn't particularly great, but maybe he could work well for Gokras. It's going to be interesting for sure. But I think with the wingers, I'm not much worried, but it's more the midfield that I have my concerns about, a bit about the attacking sense from the midfield. So yeah, we'll have to see as well how well we'll do. But yeah, I'm interested. I really am to see how we're going to get on. But yeah, of course, I'm excited for the season, though. I think it's going to be exciting. Obviously, big up to chat as well. That is obviously with Eze. That is pretty much the latest. That apparently he wants to come to Arsenal. We don't know, obviously, guys. We can't say if he would want to come to Arsenal. I mean, I can hope and pray he would want to come to Arsenal, but we'll have to see what will happen for sure, guys. Hopefully he will come to Arsenal. I hope he does, because that would be amazing to have him at Arsenal. But yeah, we have to have other options. We have to have plan Bs, if Eze doesn't come. Not right now. Not as I know. I don't think they've bidded for him. I think they just are in talks. So that is pretty much what's happened at the moment with Eze. Spurs are in talks with him. So I don't think they've put in a bid yet. I think Fabrizio or someone would have said. But yeah, I think that's pretty much, what the situation is, that they're just in talks. I have heard that they met up with Eze's agent. So I don't know, it's hard to know what to believe. But no, I don't think they have put a bid in. I think it's just interest, like Arsenal. I think theirs is probably more developing, but I think with us, we're definitely interested in him. So we're going to have to see how this one will develop as well. I'd be very worried about Gyökeres if he hadn't scored yesterday, but hopefully that goal will be his motivation and prove that players need to believe in the way Man City believe in Haaland. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I do think that him scoring is going to help him with his confidence. Like, I think, like, if he didn't score, it's not the end of the world, but I think it helps him going into the season because we've got a big game. Our first game of the season, it's always big. You've got United. It's not going to be easy at all. So, yeah, I do think for me, it'll do him like a world of good having that goal, and I'm hoping it'll lift his mood up and give him the motivation, like you said, the confidence he needs going into that. Because we do have players that can help us with creativity, we absolutely do. But it's just on the other hand, if we can do it all season, if we're going to be able to be consistent all season. So yeah, I think for me it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. But I hope he does really well here. And I really hope that, I hope it isn't a problem for him. I'm sure Gyökeres will get us a good amount of goals. I do think he'll do well, to be fair. But I'm just hoping that he can do as good as we want him to. So yeah, interesting to see how Gyökeres will get on, but I hope he does well. Sesko, I think Sesko will be good. I think for us, we need to win the league or the Champions League, so we needed someone that would get us quite a lot of goals. But I think for you guys, I think because where you're at, maybe trying to get top 4 or trying to get, if you're trying to get top 4, I think if that's your aim for the season as a United fan, I think that's what, top 5 then. I think if you're wanting to get there, I think you'll be the guy to do that. But for us, we needed someone that's going to get us the league. So I think for United, he would be a good signing because you've still got great players in the team. You've got a great front line as well. But for us, we need someone that's going to instantly give us that. Yeah, European football will be great for United. That's what you need to aim for and finish relatively good in the league as well. But yeah, I'm interested to see how United are going to do. I'm excited for the season. And obviously the first game of the season I'm excited for the first game of the season. I really am excited. I hope that, of course, we want Arsenal to win, but I think both teams will do well. Big up to the chat, big up to Arsenal _ supporter, big up yourself, smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support again, and big up to the chat. I know there's about 10 of you in here, so please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and do forget to like the video. Big up Phil, hope you're good to see you in the chat and all good. Big up to Aldi. Are you confident our defence can keep Sesko quiet up front at Old Trafford? How confident are you in our defence next season? That's a great question because I think the only thing that I worry about, and this is what we did last season, was like, for example, if we're struggling and they score first, like, I think as a defence we might really struggle to, as a team, like when we concede first, I think we struggle to get back in the game. And I just feel as though this team defensively, on paper it's good, but I think we might have our moments. I mean, I just think that, say for example, there's been games last season where we've really struggled to get back in the game, and then when you concede a goal, we sort of gave up a little bit. So I feel like for me, it just depends. Like, if you're looking at the game at United, just that game, for example, I feel like we might really struggle. I mean, I definitely see us conceding against United. I think we'll win it. I don't think we'll win it comfortably. I think we'll just get a 2-1 win. But I think with that game, I mean, defensively, you look at Gabriel Saliba, they are great defensively. Lewis Skelly's good. I would say Lewis Skelly is someone that makes mistakes because he's learning. And he's also great going forward. Timber, very resilient at right back. I'm hoping Timber will be starting as well. But I think with Sesko, I think it won't be easy. He'll be tough, but like I said, we will concede, so I think it won't be a surprise if we concede that one. But yeah, I think, I don't know. It depends how we start off, because I think if Arsenal win, if we get a goal and we get another goal, defensively we're quite good. But I think it's when we concede, our heads go down a bit. So I'm hoping, because a few seasons ago, let's be honest, when we conceded, we could get back in the game. You had that belief Arsenal were going to turn this game around. I think last season we lost that a little bit. So I'm really hoping that, we'll be. I don't have a problem. We are going to concede goals. That is going to be part of the game. But I just think it's about how we get better, how we be more resilient, and find ways to win games in tough moments, because I think we're going to really struggle actually against these low block teams. I think those are the games we struggle with, and obviously I hope Gyökeres can help us with that. But yeah, we do kind of struggle in these moments. So I'm hoping that we can get past this and move forward, do a lot better. So yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to do in the season as well. But yeah, with Arsenal, it's going to be interesting. It really is. Big up. Big up to Phil. Let me just read this. A tough morning. Sent one email, made one call. He even wrote 2 poems and got a. Fair enough. I'm not gonna lie, this weather is hot today, but yeah, it's good to see all of you guys that are here. Appreciate all of you guys that are here. Like I said, be on here about maybe an hour, hour and a half today, depending on if you guys still have lots of questions. Like I said, if you've got anything you want to ask me, do go through them. I just want to go through your comments now. Guys, of course, do make sure you like and subscribing and send me any comments you want me to answer. I will happily answer them as well. Big up to Alvin. I've not seen you in the chat here before, so welcome to my channel. Hi everyone, my name is Alvin Dolly. I'm a fan of Arsenal from West Africa, Liberia. Big up to Alvin, good to see you here. Big up Lenny Yoro. I don't know how Gokras could do. We're going to have to see how we do in his first game, but I hope he does really well at Arsenal. I'm praying he does well. Could you see a Madrid or Barcelona coming in for Saka? Yeah, I do, unfortunately. But we saw it with Lewis Skelly that Madrid had interest in Lewis Skelly, so of course there's going to be interest in Saka. I'd say more Madrid's, but I think Saka's contract does actually expire in 2027, so we don't really have long left. If I think we have to win something really soon if we want to keep him. So let's hope that Saka will actually stay, be loyal to Arsenal, and let's hope Saka can stay at Arsenal. But yeah, that is the problem we have, and we're going to have those sort of problems because these players are going to have interest from other clubs. So yeah, that was not a surprise to me, but I do hope that we were able to keep the players that we have now, to be honest. Let's hope we can. I prefer California left back when we play Old Trafford over Lewis Skelly. I'm sure the match will be full of physical battles. Yeah, I think it's hard because Lewis Skelly is so young and he has so much potential. There's no need to rush him in. I think he will start. I think he has had struggles at moments last season, but I think he is a really reliable option to have. But it's going to be tough to see how he does. I hope he does really well at Arsenal. But yeah, I hope so. But yeah, I do like Lewis Skelly. I think he's great, but maybe the physicality might struggle with. The atmosphere there might be tough. There's going to be a big atmosphere at Old Trafford. There really will be. Be up to chat. I just want to go through your questions now. Be up to everyone that sent me any questions. Let me just go through your comments. Netizens fan says, do you think they would try to get Saka to do what Trent did, run it down without giving Arsenal money? I hope not, but that's the annoying thing because with that Trent situation, I don't think there was ever a problem. I mean, as an outsider, Trent was always, when Madrid call, it's a big team. They've won a lot of trophies. They've got a lot of history. So I think that's what I worry about with Saliba more than Saka. Like with Saliba, I worry that he would run the contract down and leave. But yeah, that is a really tough situation to be in. I hope it doesn't happen, but you just never know what is going to happen in football. You can't predict these things, and all we can do is hope that it wouldn't happen. But it could happen. It really could happen. What do you think about Havertz and Gokras starting together? I feel like we could try revived. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Aubameyang had a really great partnership together. I know in the end they, like I know, they sort of, I think Lacazette was on the bench, Uber played, etc. But I think that was a really good duo. I think I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. I'm all for trying new things. So yeah, I'm not saying no, we'll have to see what happens, but Havertz would be, if Havertz, plays how he did in pre-season, that goal, that would be great. I hope he can continue getting them goals for us in the season. Are you getting the third kit? I love it, but 3XL a little bit tight for me, so I'm going to get the away kit for my second team. Particularly as, yeah, probably I love the third kit. It's a really nice kit, to be honest. I think that has definitely gone down as a favourite kit. I think it is generally really nice, isn't it? I think it's just I think everyone loves that kit. I think everyone's going to buy that, to be fair. It is nice. I like the away kit, though. I think the away kit is pretty good. I think the away kit is really nice, too. I'm confused by the concern for Arsenal in terms of defence. They're one of the best defensive sides and have added to the teams. Well, the thing is, though, last season, I mean, I'm not saying it's all on defensively, but do you see the amount of goals we conceded last season? We drew a lot as well. So defensively, yeah, I'm not worried, but I do think we could maybe cut out some mistakes that we did last season. So yeah, he would be replacing Saka. Who would Saka be replacing though? That's the thing. I think if it came down to it, if Saka knew he was replacing someone, he would definitely start. But if he knew he wasn't, then he wouldn't really. So yeah, I think it's a weird conversation to have, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens at some point because Saka is amazing and a great finisher, and he's so great. And you have to think about these things. But I know Timber, Saliba, and Saka's contract ends in 27, so let's hopefully see what happens. Yeah, big up to chat as well. And there's about 14 of you, so big up to all of you guys as well. If anyone wants to ask me anything, you feel free to send in anything you want to ask. I'm more than happy to stay on it for a while today. And of course, guys, if you're new here, and there's a lot of you that are new here, so do subscribe as well. And of course, smash them likes from you guys. And there's about 15 of you in here, so big up to chat as well. Like I said, guys, back at 7 tonight as well to do a review for the United game. So we'll be talking about the United game in a bit more depth as well. Big up to Jacksman TV. Hi, good seeing the chat, Jack. Hope you're good. How close are we to getting Eze? And well, the latest on Eze is that it's sort of he's open to coming to Arsenal and Spurs basically. From reports I've read on the internet, does say that he wants to come to Arsenal and he favours Arsenal. Obviously we've got to wait. We have to get rid of players first, so it's going to take a little bit longer. That is obviously the latest I've read and stuff. So hopefully, if we sell players, we've got a great chance of bringing some players in. We just have to sell first. Big up to Rukas888. I'm gonna say one thing: if you're doing analysis from injury season about our defense issues or attacking, it's laughable. I think Tottenham have only in talks with him. I think that's the only latest. He's not put a bid in, but I'm sure they will soon. If you were Arteta, how would you split playing time between Ryan and Kepa at this club? That's a great question. Someone's answered this as well. Kepa plays FA Cup, Carbo. I think, if we're being honest, Raya, if Raya's fit all season, he should be playing in the Premier League. I do agree. I do think that this is a difficult one because I think if you say we're in the third round and say we got Man City or Liverpool, would Raya start then? I mean, I think Kepa is more than capable of starting in a big game in the FA Cup, like a quarter-final, semi-final, don't mind. But I think Kepa, like this account has said here, he is going to be playing in the cup games. I'm hoping that'll be the case. I don't think Arteta just brought him in to not play. But yeah, I do think that'll be the case. I do think that he'll be in here for cup games, carry a couple minutes because Raya is on number one. Raya will be playing a lot. So I do think that'll be his role. That'll be what he does. So yeah, I think for me, it'll be the cup games. Obviously, I think for semi-finals and finals, Raya should play. If we're in the FA Cup final or a semi-final, I think Raya should be playing. But yeah, I do think Kepa is a good goalkeeper. Maybe he'll push. Maybe he's going to push Raya to be even better because I remember when Ramsdale was here, he was on number one. Raya did push him out of the team, but I do think you need competition in all areas of the pitch for me. So that is obviously healthy, I think, to have competition. Be up to Phil. As I would say, it's all up in the air. We've got to stop reading the clickbait and just pray the club are working on behind the scenes. Absolutely. That's why with Eze, I don't always come on here every day and doing a video about Eze because I know yesterday was the first time I did a video about Eze in a few weeks because there's been a lot of rubbish, as Phil said. There's been a lot of clickbait stuff, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So, obviously, today I do believe what I've read on Twitter about Eze wanting to come to Arsenal. I think Eze would favour Arsenal. I think Eze would like to come to Arsenal, but I think we've just got to get players out the door first and push on these deals and get it done. Kepa is a good goalie and we need to give him time, plus Ryan needs to be pushed. Absolutely fair. I think that I do agree with that. I think that Kepa is a decent goalkeeper, especially as a second choice. I think we've seen him pound shootouts, so he can be great as well. So I think for me, it's just, as we mentioned, I think him being pushed is a good thing. All players need competition. I think competition is really healthy, and I think that will make you a better player. It might push you out of the club. Unfortunately, it happens. You have to have competition. It's part of football. So, yeah. Hi Sophie, it's 11J. I hope you're well. And what is the latest on Eze? Pretty much the latest is obviously that he is open. I think what I've said to you guys is that he is open. He probably wants to come to Arsenal more. From what I've read, he does prefer. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, it does make sense if he'd want to come to Arsenal. But yeah, I think with Eze, I think they haven't put any bids in yet. Spurs haven't put any bids in. We have to sell players first before we get Eze, but it seems though Eze would favour an Arsenal move over Spurs, which I would rather happen, really. So I hope it does happen, really hope it does happen, because Eze would be an amazing asset, to Arsenal. We know how much we want Eze. So yeah, hopefully, guys, that will happen for sure. Big up you guys. Big up to all you guys that are here. If we don't sign a left winger, Madueke might be placed here. I feel that in terms of squad depth, we're not lacking players in that position. It's just that we need to raise our level at left wing. Left wing is important. I do agree with you there. I think that's the most important. Arsenal need exits. Our squad is fully full. Once we have more exits, don't be surprised if you see movements in the market. Yeah, I definitely think we need to see exits. Our exits are going to happen. We're seeing a lot of exits happen at the moment anyway, so I think that we just need to continue to see that happen. Hopefully, we'll be okay, and hopefully, yeah, we'll just get that done soon. Big up to B&M. Good seeing the chat. Hope you're good. Always good to see you here. Hey, fam. I just hope everyone is already loving Eze to Spurs. I really hope it doesn't happen, but I think we have to prepare ourselves because it literally could happen, guys. He literally could go to Spurs. So we have to prepare ourselves for that scenario to happen, unfortunately. Big up to Aldi. But what do you think if we don't sign a left winger? Would you still want to play Martinelli as a starter or put someone else there? The thing is, with Martinelli, I think I just feel like he's just so predictable. I'll be honest with you, I feel frustrated with his performances, and I just don't see that changing. I just feel as though he's predictable, and I just think that his end product, as we've all, I mean, when we've been chatting, guys, you tell me how you feel as well, but I just think he looks so predictable. So I'm just tired of. I'm just tired of it. I would move on Martinelli if I had it my way, but I think Martinelli should be a bench player. Probably Madueke on the left, to be honest. But we need left winger massively. I mean, we could play Eze there, but we need left winger ASAP. We really do. So hopefully, we'll just make some changes soon. We have Sunny the politician playing the victim card while Nelson thinks he is Henri. They are so entitled that they want to run down contracts. Just get me a Rufus coach to get rid of these dead players. You know what I heard today? I hope it's not true. I don't know if it's true, guys, but I don't think it can't be true. But apparently, Reece Nelson said he's the best left winger at the club. So I don't know if he said that. I hope he didn't, because I'd get rid of Reece Nelson as well. We have to be ruthless. This is our time to be ruthless and get these players out of the door. So I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't. Big up to Jacqueline. He will not, because the club does not see his signing important as fans. 100% B&M. We need to get ruthless with these outgoings. It's embarrassing. Yeah, I can't argue that. Big up to Cooper. Good to see you in the chat. I'm confident we can still win without Eze or a left winger, but a left winger would make me very more confident. I think the left winger is the priority and should be the priority. Left winger is exactly what we need. I think for me, as I've said, we look quite predictable on the left. The right is, we're doing a lot on the right, but I think on the left is very predictable. So for me, we've absolutely got to bring in a left winger. If we don't bring in Eze, okay, I can accept that. I won't be happy, but I can understand. But we need to bring in an attacking player on the left for me that will help out and it will win us stuff. So we really have to do that. Big up to Phil. Oh, Sophie, I feel wounded. Martinelli is a good player. I feel like he gets powered on. No, I don't agree. I think Martinelli's end product is a big problem, and I just don't think that it's really frustrating, because I think he does everything right, but his end product, and the end product is the most important thing. So with Martinelli, I just hope he improves. I like him. I think he's got great qualities, but I don't think he's a good finisher. I think he struggles to finish, and I just think his last few seasons have been quite similar. I know Martinelli can get you goals, but as a winger, we need to just demand more. He probably won't be a start of the season, if we're being honest. I think Madueke will be starting. And to that, I couldn't believe he said that. If Reece Nelson had said that, I think I'd be surprised. But for me, Eze couldn't play. For me, Eze wouldn't come to play 10. He'll be an option there. He'll play left wing in a similar role. Trossard would be way better than I think he'd be a great option. I really think. I agree. So if we look at Martinelli's first 3 seasons, he's a different player, often cutting inside, never hesitating to finish. Much better than just running 90 minutes on a flank and crossing. He was. I've had these conversations a lot. He was a lot more free out there on the pitch. He was a lot better a few seasons ago, but I do think that it has become very. Yeah, I just think he's become predictable. That's all I can say. Predictable is the word that I could use for him. I just think it's the same stuff that we have seen for me. So yeah, obviously, big up to Cooper as well. Sorry, I forgot to read this one. Smash the like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Cooper. And yeah, guys, please do obviously like and subscribe here if you haven't already. Manuel doesn't struggle to finish. He struggles to create the space for a shot. I do agree with that, but he has missed a lot of chances in pre-season as well, to be fair. To be honest, unless any news or here we go comes from Fabrizio or David Ornstein and Eze, I'm not believing anything. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's so difficult to know what to believe in this day because you hear so much stuff when you're like, what is true, what isn't true. I do get that. A winger doesn't always have to have an end product. Having a striker, yeah, I do get that, but you can't. A striker is there to get you goals, but I don't think we should always rely on a striker. I do feel like you have to. The wingers have to provide as well. Saka gets you a good amount of goals. You need to provide. You can't rely on just one player. You have to. I think you have to rely on everyone really to score. I know a striker is going to have the most sort of attention on them. The striker has to score the most goals, of course, but I just want to see more goals from like the left hand side. I think on the right, Saka does all the work, and I think on the left, it's a bit predictable. So I think we just need to not look as predictable going into the season for me. And I hope we can do that, but I don't know. Honestly, I really can't tell at the moment. But yeah, I just think that we need to look more exciting in our attack and just go for it a bit more. So hopefully we'll do that for sure. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we do get on in the season. Obviously, the games are coming fast. I'm excited as well for the season coming up. I'm hoping we do really well. Big up to chat as well. Good to see all of you guys that are here. Like I said, I'll be on here about another half an hour, guys. So feel free to send me any questions you want. Obviously, guys, do subscribe here, do like and all of that for me. I helps out my channel out very much. Who else noticed Kai's recent agility and workout? I think he'll push Gokres. Yeah, I think I mean there's no doubt he's definitely he looks a lot different now, doesn't he? He's done a lot of work in the gym for sure. So I think he's definitely bulked up a bit. And yeah, I think as a player, it kind of will either motivate you or you'll go a different way. I hope it does motivate Havertz. I really do because I want to see him get more goals in the season as well. So hopefully we'll see that happen as well. Be up to B&M. Today you will have to forgive me emotions, but the club is doing me. How can you just ship that's the needed partition after the victim cards and Nelson saying they'll want to run down? I think we have to stop running down contracts. We have to move players on ASAP. Like if we want to get any money, we just have to get rid of these players out the door. Well, some of them anyway. I think we'll get rid of Reece Nelson. I think we'll get rid of Zinchenko, Vieira, and Trossard. That's what I think we'll do. If we are a threat from the left wing, middle, and right wing, then we can stretch the defence and open them up, leading to scoring more goals. It's not rocket science. Yeah, I think the left at the moment. I mean, I think if Madueke plays there, okay, I'm sure he can do a good job. But I think we need someone that can really be a natural left winger. But let's see how we go. I mean, there's still time in the window. We've still got plenty of time to see how we do get on anyway. Attacking left. the attacking level should be at the very least to create a corner with Arsenal very good at scoring from. Yeah, we've got a lot of players actually that are great from scoring corners. I think in pre-season we didn't do great with corners, but I do think generally we are quite good. Big up to Phil. He hasn't had a striker to cross to before. I do think it's his weakness, so I expect a ton of assists. From Martinelli. Sorry to sound passionate safe, but I have a real soft spot for Martinelli. I just say it how I see it, to be honest with you. There's certain players that I like. I have certain players that I favour at Arsenal, but I just stick with Martinelli. I just think that I think he might have a similar season to how he's had. I know this time he'll have a proper strike in front of him, so maybe he will do better. But in general, I just feel quite deflated. We look quite predictable, which is quite annoying at times. I'm not saying Martinelli is not all him, but I do think as a whole we look quite predictable. So yeah, for me that is a bit frustrating, to be fair. Personally, I'm not looking for that put for the main things. 1v1 ability and pace and be able to create space. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, Ornstein. I definitely trust Ornstein. I'd say Ornstein and Fabrizio are the ones that I trust. But yeah, you know, people will say stuff, but I do generally think Eze would favour Arsenal. I do think that if he had the choice, he would pick Arsenal. But we are going to have to see what happened. I also want to read you something that I've just seen now about Zinchenko. Feel free to let me know what you think. But apparently Zinchenko spoke about last season and he said it was easily the worst season I've ever experienced as a professional. That is a little bit wild to say, but the sense of rejection you feel if your manager no longer believes in you can take the stuffing out of you, even if you're the most resilient guy on the planet. I think it's really hard for Zinchenko because I just don't think there's a place for him in this team anymore, and I think it must be hard for him to face that rejection, but that is just how it is. Unless he wants to play in the field, and Arteta hasn't really played in there, there's no real chance he can. I don't see Zinchenko starting in this team. I think he's past it. I just don't think. I think defensively he struggles, and I think he's had his time. I personally think Zinchenko's had his time, and I know rejection's hard, and as a footballer, it will be tough, but I just think it's best for him to move on. And it left back, you know, to me, Skelly and Calafiori are just better now than he is, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. So, obviously, guys, Zinchenko is bringing out an autobiography, and people are not going to like what he's going to say because they feel like it's like a personal attack. They'll feel like it's an attack on the club. But with autobiographies, you're going to have to say how you feel, and that's how he feels. So, yeah, that's obviously sad he feels that way, but we need to move him on. If he wants to play as well, we have to move him on. We have to be ruthless now, ASAP. So that's what I'm going to say on that. For example, I don't know if I've read this one. I'm forgetting which comments I've read. For example, Trossard has output, but he's not a threat to defenders. I need a player who's able to beat his man 1v1. I think Trossard is more of a. I prefer Trossard to Martinelli. I think Trossard's more likely to be a threat, be more dangerous coming on. But we could do a better left winger than either of them, to be fair. Let me just go back up. I missed a few comments. Big up to chat, of course. Big up to you guys that are watching. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to try and go through your questions now if I've missed any. Big up to Ron. I'm looking forward to the opening game being two historic powerhouses going head to head. We are going to learn a lot from the game and judge of the moves within the window. Absolutely, completely agree with you, Ron. Big up to Aldi. Manley also scored a few headers in the first season under Emery. He actually had a really good position, but for some reason he changed. Yeah, I do agree. I don't know why he's changed. I genuinely have no idea. I do agree with that, though. I completely agree with you. There has been a big change in him. Sounds like time for City to move on for cash. Yeah. I think whether or not we like or not, but players will move on. Football is always things always changing, and that's just how it is. I think maybe Zinchenko's struggling to accept that, but you know what? It's like Tierney. I never thought Zinchenko coming in would have replaced Tierney, but it has. Tierney's moved on now, and I'm sad it ended with Tierney, but football moves on. I think he's just gonna have to accept that. And it's not like Zinchenko didn't have any minutes last season. Zinchenko did actually get a bit of game time, so I think he has to understand that he did get he did get game time. It's not like he was free start. It's not like he never had any minutes. But I do get it. It's hard to accept. Give me guys a second. I just need to fix my light. Bear with me. I reckon a second. Sorry about that, guys. My light just went funny then. I think it's all good now. But yeah, I think with Zinchenko, I get where he's coming from, but he has had minutes. It's not like he's not had any minutes at all. He has had game time, but I do get where he's coming from. For me, Calafiori is our starting left back. He's better than Miser. Skelly is more of a threat and makes us less predictable. Do you know what? I'd rather Skelly play in that game United. You know, my reason is that I think they both have. It's really difficult because with Lewis Skelly and with Calafiori, they're both great, but I think they both have different weaknesses. And I think my worry about Calafiori is his defensive work. If I'm going off last season, I just feel worried defensively he might struggle. But yeah, they both could. I don't know who I'd start. I really don't know, who Arteta's going to start either. I have no idea. I hope Timber starts at right back, of course, though, but we might see Ben White. I'm not sure what Arteta's going to do, but yeah. How about the rumour of Zinchenko going to Dortmund? Have they abandoned it? Do you know this? I'll be honest with you. There was a lot of rumours, and it's all sort of fizzled out now with Zinchenko. Like, I generally have no idea what's happening with him. It's all kind of gone really quiet with the Zinchenko situation. I think Fenerbahce were interested in him at some point as well. So I have generally no idea why it's fizzled out. And maybe it's just wages. Generally, I'm not sure at this point, but that might be it as well. I wish I had Amron Enrique. You talk shit like you are stripped. Yeah, they're just ruthless about it. I think, yeah. I'm just want to go through your comments. We will sell Vieira and then get Eze. I hope so. Vieira's going to be about 20, isn't he? So 20 mil. That's what we're going to have to do. Trossard's always been from the bench. Yeah, Trossard for me is much an impact player. I do think Trossard is much better in that role, and I think that's not a bad thing at all. I think that probably suits him. I think he, like I said, he works really well there, and I'm quite happy for that to be the case. Like, I don't mind him being a player that comes off the bench, but I think we'll miss him. I do think when he's gone, we'll miss a player like that in the team. So yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to do, really. Big up to Gunago. Thank you so much for your comments, smash likes and subscribe. Thank you, Gunago. And yeah, of course, guys, feel free to like and subscribe by watching if you haven't already. But big up to chat as well. We have Saliba and Gabriel at the back. We shouldn't be worried about United. Yeah, I don't think we should be worried. I wouldn't be surprised if we conceded. I think defensively, I'm not too concerned, to be honest with you. I'm just worried about us maybe scoring. Are we able to do that? I think for United game, we have to get a goal early on, to be honest with you. I think we need to set the tone off well. Because LJ, Arteta prioritised Madueke over Eze. I do think we should have gotten Eze first, to be honest with you. If we want to get Madueke, we could have left that to the end after the Club World Cup stuff. I think we should have done this a lot sooner, to be fair. Pardon me. I love Tierney, but Skelly is a young god. He's a bit like when we moved from Savinio as Cole. Yeah, I think Lewis Skelly is definitely one for the future. He's definitely great, and I think we could play him in midfield as well. I think he's a really great player to have. Zinchenko is on 150k per week, not a bad wage for a bench warmer. He is paid so much, it's ridiculous. I just want to move him on. I'm just quite that's how I feel about that. I just think we need to be ruthless now, get him out the door. I don't care how much we get for him at this point. I just think he needs to go, quite simply, like that. I think we need to just move him on, to be honest. So hopefully we can get that done. In my opinion, Calafiori is our most talented defender. I think he struggles defensively, to be honest with you. I think he's had his moments, but I do think he's a good player in the team. Watch now that no teams will come for Cine and Nelson after those remarks. The club shouldn't have already allowed such behaviour and vocal diarrhoea from players. Yeah, I think Zinchenko, yeah, it's hard. It's an autobiography. It's got to say how he feels, but it's just really tough, isn't it? Like, I just don't know what else I can say about that. I agree with the other goal. I think we have to score early on. We really do if we want to I think if we score early on, we're more likely to win the game. I think if it's half time, it's 0-0. I think that's going to be quite tough for us. So we have to get a goal early on. For me, in my opinion, I think we have to set that tone and get it early on. So hopefully we will. What I would do next summer is San Marino, promote MLS to midfield rotation, get any left back. It's really weird because I like Marino as a striker, but I don't think he suits. I don't think he's good in midfield. I wouldn't trust him to. I think he could do a job if we're winning. Let's say we're winning 2 or 3-0. I would be okay with him in midfield, but I just think that I wouldn't ever start him. I just don't think he works that way. So yeah, I think it's a weird situation. I think on that. With Marino, it's just not gone how I thought it would. I mean, everyone hyped him a bit, didn't they? But I think it's gone really how I thought it would with him. It's so nice to be going into the season not worrying about where the goals are coming from. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have goals around the pitch for sure. Odegaard's a bum, needs to be sold. He isn't decisive and relies too much on Saka. I think Odegaard will be good next season. I do think we need to give him a bit of patience. Yeah, I don't agree with that personally. I do agree with a lot of people saying he has to get more goals. He does have to. We need him to get more goals, like for sure. He has to be doing that a lot more. But I don't think he should be sold. I think that's a bit harsh. But yeah, I think Marino's not been great in midfield. I do agree with that. Be up to Phil. I'm buying a new car shortly, so I can take them somewhere to as an Arsenal. We just have to be ruthless now. This is the time we have to be ruthless. And I'm just worried we're not being ruthless now, and the window will be finishing shortly. Yeah, I do agree with that. It's been weird, hasn't it? I think he's a good option as a striker. I never thought I'd say that for Marino. Yeah, I do agree with that. Sorry, I'll come back to your thing, Ron. Eze is a 20-year-old number 10. Arsenal's captain is a number 10. Maneri is his deputy who just signed long-term. Why would Eze be excited about coming when he can? Well, I think he could start on the left as well. He could start on the attacking midfielder, but I think he would be excited coming to Arsenal because we could win the league. If Eze comes to Arsenal and we've got Gokres, I would say to you guys, I think we can win the league. I feel more confident about it. So yeah, I do think we can win it. I just think it's going to take us a bit of time, really. Maybe it might take us time to adjust. We are going to see how we do get on though. I was trying to go through your comments. Your comments coming through quick. The signs have always been there for Odegaard when he was playing well. I like Odegaard personally. I do think if Eze came in the team, he would get more goals than Odegaard, but I think Odegaard's really good at finding those passes that no one else can really find. But I do agree we need to expect more from him and see more from him. I really do agree with that. 22-23 most from midfield, 22-24 creating most chances and big chances in top teams in Europe. 24-25 first major injury, poor season, now he's a bum. By the way, what is Marino role? Is this team he should be on the? Yeah, I don't really know what his role is going to be. Because I think we can all agree that with Marino, I think he's a lot better up front than he is. I don't know why in midfield. I think my problem with him in midfield is that you don't know he's playing, and I have that problem with Havertz. So when him and Havertz play in midfield, I don't know they're there. And both of them are just better up top. I know Havertz would be the second option, but Marino, I don't know what Marino's role is going to be this season. I really don't. I think he will be someone that will come off the bench, but I don't know if he's going to be happy with that. I generally, it's a weird one, this situation. I wouldn't even ask Arsenal for petrol money, even if that involves a ferry trip. The logic from a lot of fans and just have emotional takes. Mourinho isn't the worst in midfield, but he's just not starting level, but he's a decent squad player. I do think, guys, I know we know some players aren't necessarily great at Arsenal, but I absolutely agree this account here, we need depth. We need players that will play in the cup games, because we do have to rest players. We do have to give them a rest, and I think depth is important. So I do really agree with that comment. Depth is so important. You need to be able to, rotate, give players a rest. Or if we never know how we're going to do with injuries in the season. We could really struggle. So, yeah, we are going to have to be patient and just see how it goes. I'll be interested when the window closes to see how many numbers we are up on the right now. It doesn't feel like we are actually up in numbers. Yeah, I think if the window ended right now, I said this on the podcast yesterday, but I would give it like a 6, maybe 6.5. I just think that Eze would give me an 8. For me, if Eze came in, I'd give it an 8. I think we have to sell players too. I think we have to have quite a few outgoings, but I do think we've not done enough. I think we've made some great signings, don't get me wrong. I'm really happy with the signings we've made, but is that enough for us to win a league? Especially if Liverpool get Isak, is that enough? Then probably not. I think we have to continue. I think you have to continue to keep improving. I just don't think we've done enough. I know we have got the striker, but we've needed a striker for such a long time, and I genuinely feel happy with that striker. But I just think the left-hand side for me is my biggest concern. I think that if Trossard's leaving, are we going to regret that? I hope Martinelli can help us with goals. I just think that if we got Eze, that'd be a big boost. I just think that I need to see us move players on. I think that I need to see us be ruthless. I just think for me it's a 6. Like, that's how I feel. 6.5. That's what I would give it. As I said, it's definitely above average. You've definitely done good with the striker. With Madueke, we will have to see how that goes. I think Zubimendi's been impressive so far. Obviously with Square, I'm not going to say, but I want to see more of him. Kepa's been good. Obviously Norgard is going to be a backup, but I'm interested to see how he does. So yeah, I think for me, we'll all disagree and agree. We have different opinions in football, but obviously let me know what you guys think of the window so far, because I just think it's like a 6.5, 6.5. Like, that's what I'd give it. But everyone's just out their opinion, but I still don't think we've done enough for me to win the league. I think the problem is that I think we'll start the season off really good, but then we might get to a point where you need a moment of magic, and maybe an Eze's that, or a Rodrigo, someone that can give you that moment of magic, and I just worry we wouldn't have that in the team. So that's just my opinion, guys. You can disagree, I don't mind. I'll be very interested when the window... I think I've just read that, sorry. You can't give the window an 8. Well, it's my opinion at the end of the day. That's your opinion, I respect that. Sign it as they include the contracts we've done and everything would be good. Fair enough. I just don't need left winger. There is a difference between depth and numbers and depth and quality. We only have depth and numbers. That's why we always fall short. The gap in quality and 11 is an adventure huge. Yeah, I think you need depth, but good depth. I do agree with that. It's so good having like 10 players that aren't great and calling that depth, but yeah, I think it is tough. It really is a tough one. The club always seems to have one out model, and we always need to clearly bump in numbers. Otherwise, a few injuries, we are back to the threadbare of our season. Yeah, I'm interested to see what we're going to do. I don't disagree. A left winger was more important. I think a striker was always the most important thing, but I do think the left winger is important too. I think there's so many important things about this. I think the attack is important. And in midfield, we probably have to do more work than we expected, because we have a few players leaving midfield. So yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to do. I really am. But yeah, I just hope we can just find a way to do well in the season. I'm excited for the season. Actually, don't get me wrong, I do feel excited for the season, but I just hope that we have done enough going forward to win something. Obviously, the season to start this weekend, which is crazy. But we are going to see how we're going to get on. I hope we do well. I really do hope that we get on really well, and hopefully, yeah, we have done enough going forward. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm nervous, but I'm interested to see how we've done. We've upgraded midfield. We'll have to see. I do think that Zubimendi is going to be a really good signing. I think he will be good, but it's hard to judge at the moment. We're gonna have to give it time, guys. We really will. This is a 4 out of 10. It's been a 1 in, 1 out, so no depth in only Gokras, and you missed out on Leo Eze, and that's fair enough. I mean, I think the window, I'd definitely say it's been above average. It's been good, but we've not really filled all the gaps we've needed to fill. I mean, especially if we're looking at the left side, the attacking midfield. I definitely think whether or not you agree Odegaard should be starting, we need competition, and competition is really important in football. So I think we need a lot of players need competition. I think the left hand side needs competition. I do think we also need competition in Odegaard's role. Odegaard is comfortable playing, and I think if someone has a bad game, they shouldn't automatically play because they're the captain. They have to earn the right to play. So yeah, it's a tough one really, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, guys. We have lost Thierry Tomiyasu, Tavares, Jorginho Partey. We've brought in Kepa, Norgard, Square, Magadoki, Zumani Gokres. So that's a 5 out of 6 so far. Admin window 7 for me, 5 for me. Sorry, yeah, a 5 out of 10 is fair. I think 5. I couldn't sit here and give it anything above a 6.5 or above a 6. I just think that we've done good, but we've not done enough. Like, we have to continue to do more in this window, and for me, that's what we need to be doing. So yeah, for me, this window hasn't been the best. It could be better, but we just need to add a bit more depth. As you said, Lavin J, we have got rid of a lot of players and we're losing out a bit in depth. So yeah, I do think that's important as well. I'm all for adding quality, and we have added quality in this window with goalkeeper, midfield, striker. We must get Eze. I sound like a stuck. Yeah, I love Eze too. That would be great for him to come. I think we need to get that done. Really, we need to do that as soon as we can, because Spurs will end up getting him. So Eze would be. I can review. Eze would be the one I'd want, and hope we can get him. Fans think we need 5 starters is funny. Also, always a striker and left wing and depth away from being completely ready. Only one thing is missing is left winger. I think the left winger is so important. I think we're just maybe that position away from really winning and doing really well. We just need a left winger that's going to come in, be consistent, and really help us get over that line. I think that's the most important thing for us going into the season. But I do agree with left wing position is definitely a position that we struggle in and that we need to improve in and get better in. So yeah, I do absolutely agree with that. Obviously, if you got to chat here, I'll probably be on here for about 10-15 more minutes. If you guys do want to drop in any questions in before I end the show in about 15 minutes, do feel free to do that. And of course, guys, send in questions, I'll answer them. And please make sure you guys are liking as well, and do subscribe here too if you haven't already, which would help my channel very much. I think I've had, I just want to go for this. Okay, can I ask everyone here, did you think we addressed the striker backup for Saka? Assume Mendy one of the most out 6 and very talented back for cover, Norgard was captain. Me personally, I didn't think we would have addressed as much position to I don't know how you could put the spinner below a 6. Just think it's harsh. That's fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion as well. I just think the window hasn't ended, so obviously we can only go off what we've done by now, and obviously we're all going to have different opinions, which is obviously fine, but I couldn't give it anything above a 6 right now. And people will probably say I'm being harsh on that, but if you bring an Eze, and that will definitely go up to like an 8 for me. And obviously if we got the winger and we didn't get Eze, that would go up for maybe an 8.5, but Eze would be that 10 for me. We have to move on players. I think a part of the window is definitely the players we're moving on. We have to be ruthless. We have to just get players out the door for me. I don't think it's not been a bad window, guys. We can't say it's been a bad window. I mean, I can't say it's been a bad window because it hasn't, but I do think we have to just be ruthless now, get players out the door, bring players in. So yeah, we are going to have to see what we're going to do in these next couple of weeks. I mean, the window will be shutting soon, won't it? I mean, I think it shuts the end of August, early September, so we don't have a lot of time left, guys, to really get these things done. So let's hope, guys, we can just be ruthless and do what we have to do, guys, to get these players through the door. 6 is fine, but I think 4 is harsh. Fair enough. Big up to chat. Obviously, there's about 12 of you in here. Like I said, I'll be on here for like 15 more minutes. Obviously, when my stream gets to 1 hour 30, I'll end this. But obviously, guys, if you've got any questions, drop them in. I'm going to be answering your questions for the last sort of 15 minutes. And yeah, appreciate all you guys that have watched my show today as well. I'm going to be back at 7 tonight as well. So yeah, I'm excited to do a preview for the game. It feels weird that the Premier League's come around quite fast. So yeah, of course I'm excited for the game coming up as well. But hopefully we will get the job done. Hopefully we will. Yeah, we're not very good at selling, are we? Yeah, we're not being great at selling. I've been disappointed with us with selling, to be honest with you. It's just been disappointing. But yeah, we have to be ruthless now. We have to just get these things done and move these players on as soon as we can. So yeah, that is what I have to say about that. I hope we get these players out of the door as well. Obviously, there's other players you want to sell. We've got obviously Vieira, Lokonga, Reece Nelson, probably Trossard. Trying to think what else. Jesus. I know some mentioned before we've sold Tavares, we've sold some players at that, and we sold Marquinhos as well. But there's players here, and sorry, I'm missing Zinchenko out of that list as well. So there's about 6 players we should really get rid of. And to be honest, those players wouldn't make a difference in our depth. We'd be okay depth-wise. I think it's not a big problem, but it's definitely something that we need to improve on. I think we just got to, get better at that in that sense as well. So hopefully we will. But yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to get on in the season. But yeah, hopefully we'll do well, guys. Hopefully we'll have the right players in. Hopefully we'll bring in the right attacking players going forward. Oh yeah, Spurs are playing tonight, guys. I think it's 8 o'clock, is it? I will watch that game, guys, because my stream's on at 7. It'll probably only be like an hour anyway. But I'm hoping I will watch that game. I hope PSG from Spurs, guys. Fingers crossed. That'd be great. That would be really great. I want to see them. I want to see Spurs get thumped. That'd be amazing. That would be great. That really would be. But yeah, big up to chat. Obviously, like I said, I'll be on here for maybe 10 more minutes. If you've got any questions, feel free to send them through. But yeah, big up to you guys that have been here today to watch my show. I'm just going to get a drink quickly and I'll be back in a minute, guys. But yeah, I'll be on here for about 10 more minutes if you guys want to ask me anything as well. Hey guys, hope you can all hear me. Like I said, I'm happy to go for any questions. Yeah, I think we can all agree that the left wing is a big problem. Like, we haven't addressed it really. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Obviously, let me know in the comments. But I'm under the impression that Madueke will be on the left because, I mean, Saka's on the right. I don't think Saka's going to be replaced, but you don't know really, do we? So yeah, I think the left wing should have been sorted a long time ago, and it hasn't been. I think that's a big problem for us. So hoping we're going to get that sorted soon because that is a big problem, and I just don't know if we're going to address that. I think if we get Eze, that'll be it. I don't think we're going to get anyone after Eze, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping that we are going to continue to bring in the good players. But yeah, we are going to see, guys, what we're going to do in the window. But yeah, hopefully we'll bring in some good players going forward. I'm hoping that we're going to make a few more signings. We have obviously got our signings. We brought in a few players, and now we're wanting to move on players, which I don't have a problem with, but I just think now we need to be more ruthless, to be fair. So I'm hoping that now will be the time where we get players out the door, we bring players in, we have to do that, we have to be ruthless, guys. So I'm really hoping that is what we're going to do, because if we're going to do well, we have to be ruthless now. So I'm hoping we're going to do that. So yeah, like I said, guys, obviously join me tonight. I'll be back at 7. I'm really excited to do a preview for the game. Obviously, with a United fan who is, Sunshine's really nice. So, join us then. But yeah, I'm really excited to do that video, and big up to Phil. I'm going to be ending this in about 5 minutes anyway, Phil. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Good to see you here. Hope you're good as well. Thank you for watching. But yeah, thank you all guys that are here. I will be ending this in a few minutes anyway. But of course, guys, do make sure you're liking, subscribing, commenting on here before I do end this in a few minutes' time. So don't worry, Scousers aren't that good. Chelsea's are better at the moment, and who knows what City we proved that you can beat 300 million team without changing players. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. With Liverpool, it might take them a bit of time to connect again as a team. When you've made so many signings, it might take you a little bit of time. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Be up to Kevin, be up to Arsenal _ supporter. Score prediction of the United game. Honestly, like, obviously I'll be speaking about more in depth later, but I think we'll win 2-1. I think Arsenal win 2-1. I think it's going to be a tough one. I think it'll be quite a. I don't think it'll be like an easy. I don't think it'll be like an easy 3 points. I think we'll make it quite difficult for ourselves. So I think for me that'll be quite tough. But yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to get on in that game. But obviously, you guys, you're welcome to send me in your score predictions for the game as well. Yeah, I don't think it'll be like an easy 3 points. I just see, like, with the big game, there's a lot of history. I don't think we'll make it easy. I think we'll make it a lot harder for ourselves, but I just hope we can get the job done. I mean, I don't care how we win in the first game of the season. If it's an ugly win, I couldn't care less. I just think that we just have to get the job done for me. So I hope you guys will get the job done and get over that line, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah, 2-1. I'd go 2-1 Arsenal. I think we'll get the job done. I think we'll get over that line. But guys, I will be ending this in a minute or two. If you guys do want to send in any other questions, I will quickly answer them. But I will be back later with Sunshine, and you guys can send in any questions in my show later anyway. And I will be answering any questions. So yeah, I'll be back later as well. I'll be back at 7, guys. But yeah, thank you for watching my show today. I've genuinely loved chatting with all of you. This has gone really quick, this show. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for all your questions that you sent in. I really appreciate it. It's been lovely to speak with all of you today. And yeah, when there's any other news, then we'll be back on here. The men's, the women's, we'll come back and do this sort of stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching my show today. I really appreciate it. It was lovely to chat with all of you. Thank you for your questions. And yeah, obviously, do you like this video? Please do subscribe here as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys tonight at 7, and hope you all do have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you are in this world. And I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.